of other stuff going on because this is the big day. You know, Batman versus Superman, that little movie that needs to raise nearly $1 billion to break even. So we got a lot going on. And of course, it was shot right here in Detroit. The wait is over for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
That's right.
That's right.
Russell's with us now to give us the scoop. You had a real treat, didn't you? You had a chance to talk with everyone from the cast.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell us about it.
Oh, it was a great time. We had a ball, and they enjoyed their time here in Detroit. I know there's also a clip from the movie we're going to check out.
Check it out.
And here we go.
And you will battle him to the death. Black and blue. Fight night. The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man. Day versus night. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
Wow, so you had a chance to sit down with the stars. What was that like, Greg?
It was just a blast. I mean, everyone. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams. I mean, everyone who was in the movie.
Wow.
And one thing's for sure, they all had a great time shooting here. Because, in fact, they all asked, "Did you recognize Detroit in the movie?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, you definitely saw it."
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
good.
you definitely can.
Yeah.
And here's what they all had to say a little about the movie. This just has to be like a childhood dream come true. Because when we all grew up, especially back then, it was kind of like you were either Superman or Batman.
Yeah, it was definitely right out of this comic book that I read when I was a kid that really fixed me in, you know, how I saw these stories and how they could be made to be different, you know. And this Frank Miller comic book, The Dark Knight Returns, and it's influenced a lot of these stories that have been told, but in particular this one, I think. And you know, it's something that I would never have imagined as a young guy, that I'd be able to be doing this. I'm very grateful.
Oh yeah. His main thing is Superman's not as squeaky clean in his mind as people always think.
Yeah, I think he starts out, you know, very suspicious of Superman and afraid of what he could do, you know. Like, if you can imagine, we all are used to the idea of Superman because we're used to the comics and we know he's a Boy Scout and all that stuff. But the truth is, you know, if some being just showed up and was powerful enough to destroy the whole world, I think people would be very concerned, you know. And there'd be some people who say, well, we got to get rid of this guy because it's just too much of a threat.
You start out with Superman, and then, you know, you begin to move to Batman. And back then they were, you know, these two buddies.
Right.
Here you kind of start out a little on the rough side.
Yeah, I mean, because of our fictional reality of a world like ours, where a superpowered being exists, means that people will have differing opinions on the value of having someone like that around. And Batman is very firmly on the side of, what if this guy decides to throw the hurt down on the planet as opposed to saving it, and we won't be able to stop him. So I'm going to try and stop him before he does.
But like you said, you put a little bit of doubt in anyone's mind, then it is all of a sudden like the world's going,
Absolutely. And that's the trick. It's putting doubt in people's mind, and that's why Lex is such a wonderful villain.
Superman, the most, you know, squeaky clean guy ever.
That's right.
But you've got people kind of convinced that
Yes.
he's not right.
Exactly. I mean, my goal in the movie, both as an actor and as the character, is like to try to put doubt in the audience's mind of Superman's infallibility. I mean, and you saw at the end of The Man of Steel, the movie that precedes this movie, Superman destroys Metropolis because he's in a fight. And my character looks at that and says, you know, this is like having a nuclear weapon on the loose. It's too dangerous.
Now, your guy even starts out a little different because we're used to seeing him out just say bald.
Yeah.
But he's got, you know,
he's got a
long
nice,
hair.
nice head of red hair. In fact, the original comic books presented Lex Luthor as somebody with long red hair.
Oh, wow.
And then, according to Wikipedia, my source for high school and now is that there was like an inking accident, and so that he became bald. So when I was reading the script, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of introduce the character like that, because I thought it would reference something for the fans would know.
So this is pretty cool, the access you had for us, but there are a lot of critics who are not being kind to this movie, right?
Right, and I think really what has happened is we're so used to seeing Marvel movies that are, you know, very good superhero movies. DC is not Marvel. They're two separate things.
Okay.
DC is more like Greek tragedy or even Shakespearean as far as the way it's written. So it's just a whole different story. They don't have as many like wisecracks, which is great. You know, everybody loves that with the Marvel movies.
Right.
But this is a whole different thing. So people just kind of have to realize, okay, you're not going to see Robert Downey Jr. This is something else.
Right. So you've got 2 different ratings for this, right?
I give it between a 3 and a 4. 3 because it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, where it probably could be a little bit shorter.
Okay.
You know, like that. But 4 because it does have a lot of action, and also it's got Detroit.
Right.
So,
So what do you recognize? Can you give away that without being a spoiler
Basically
alert?
everything right down the street where like Lafayette and American Coney Island are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the whole thing down
Come
there.
on.
You
Good
see the
stuff.
Penobscot building getting blown up.
Wow.
Nice.
And I'm just sitting there going, that's my car. But
Not anymore.
not anymore. They had to give me a new one.
Good stuff. So tell us what you brought.
Yeah, got some
giveaways.
stuff for you to take home and put in your own Bat Cave or Fortress of Solitude. Batman v Superman t-shirt, Batman v Superman hat, Batman v Superman tote bag, and also, big time, Batman v Superman movie passes.
Okay, and we have to say it that way to be hip, right? It's not Batman versus, it's Batman v.
Batman
yeah.
v.
Okay, I just want to make sure
Here we
I'm on
have
the
to be,
hip
like
side
you
of life
said,
here.
cool.
Yeah. You guys aren't cool. Cut it out. Cut it
All right,
out.
real quick, which one would you be? Superman or Batman? Oh, look, he's going to be Batman.
I'm Batman.
There you go. All right.
That's the only one
How
I
about
could
you,
be.
Chuck?
I'd
Now
pick-
we have to know.
Actually,
You
I'd
get-
pick Batman too. I
Okay.
just think there's something more approachable.
There you go. Well, I got my own two little superheroes here myself. So just go to the Live in the Deep Facebook page to enter. Contest rules are posted on clickondetroit.com. Look under the Scene on 4 tab for contest rules.
And we want to know, oh, no, I'm sorry, excuse me. And we want everyone to stick around because coming up in about half an hour, we're going to share with you what all the stars from the movie had to say about Detroit.
That's
so
right.
cool.
So what place got a shout out from Ben Affleck? Where was Henry Cavill's favorite place to eat in town?
Yeah.
Even more intrigue. All of that still ahead on Live in the D. We all know that these Hollywood stars were in Detroit to shoot the movie. You may have even tried to see them. But the one thing we've never heard is what they thought about Detroit until now.
Well, our film critic Greg Russell had a chance to ask all of them when he interviewed all the stars and the director of the movie. Take a look.
We were out there for 6 months. I loved it. I loved Detroit. I loved coming down there. I loved the Motor City Hotel and Casino with my boys. I want to say what's up to them. Hello, Motor City. How you guys doing? You're awesome. I had a blast. You know, we just had so much fun, and the city has so much like life and culture and people doing all kinds of interesting, different stuff. It was, you know, I loved it. I would love to go back and make another movie there.
I love Detroit. I was staying in the suburbs of Michigan, and it's the great thing about, I forget where this particular what the name of the suburb was, but I went to a place called Vincetta Garage.
Yes!
I love that place.
Yes.
It's a really, really good place, and when and if I go back to Michigan, I will be going there.
Oh, I had a great time. We had such a great time in Detroit. What do we do? My daughter was in a YMCA program. It was so fantastic. So she was there all summer, and they were just wonderful. And I mean, I was there working a lot, so I'm like. But we ended up going. Went to some concerts there, and kind of all that. We really enjoyed the city a lot. It was very welcoming.
So Detroit is a stand-in for Metropolis in this movie, and Gotham, and it was great filming there because it can kind of like it seemed to have like a lot of character, you know, because Detroit has like the most beautiful architecture in the country.
I love you guys.
Oh, great.
I love everyone there. All the people that I got to meet in Detroit and in Michigan were just so special.
I walked. I just enjoyed. It's a good walking town. I like to walk away from that little tiny center where the big chains are, and I like to walk out where the mom and pop places are still, and I love that about it. It's still growing, and they're building this great garden in downtown there, and I was watching them do the construction and making that come to life with the shared garden of the community. So smart. I think a lot of cities could learn from Detroit.
So you guys shot a lot of the movie, of course, in my hometown of
That's
Detroit.
exactly right.
And
Which we loved being there. We all loved Detroit. It was so great being there. Such a fabulous spirit there.
Spent a year in Detroit, and it's like really, for me, it's like a home away from home. Just the people were amazing, just so supportive of the movie, and you know, couldn't have done it without Detroit and its surrounding atmosphere. It was amazing.
I had some great times there, and I want to say thanks to people of Detroit. You treated us really nicely, and we had a great time. And it's a great city.
Let's bring Greg Russell back into the fold here. That was awesome.
Yeah, great promo for the city. They all loved being here. They had so much fun.
I just
So
want
much
that
fun.
card that Greg has. You know, he's at some party with
Yeah.
a bunch of stars. Hey, hey, I'm in. That
Hey,
was
wait,
great.
you know me.
Yeah.
So what
All
else did they
access.
have to say to you that we didn't catch here?
Well, some of the fun things that they also enjoyed, like they said, they did go down the street. They did their own Coney competition. They wouldn't tell me
that's
who
cool.
won,
That's cool.
but they had a great time with that.
Yeah.
And they just enjoyed going to, like they said, some of the little small stores.
And the Y.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Amy
take-
Adams drops her kid off
right.
at the
I
Y.
love that. I
Just
love that.
Go to the
That's
Y. Have a
keeping
good
it real.
time.
That's how you get to know a city. By
Right.
embracing it.
And of course, Ben, I loved his part about loving the Motor City Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the look he gave us, like, yep, I
He knows
heard
it,
you had
yeah.
a great time, and the Vincetta Garage as well gets a
Sure.
nice shout out there.
Well, thanks for
stuff.
getting in behind the scenes, and you do a great job every time we see every week. But to have
you.
all this access, is this is going to be a monster movie?
Oh,
Yes.
heck yeah,
Right?
yes. And
Good stuff.
hopefully, maybe they'll try and make the next one back here again, you know, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because they all loved it. They all just said they want to come back to Detroit to do anything.
That's good. I think you should use your influence for that one, Greg Russell.
I think I will.
All right, because he does have the shirt on in case he
I
has to
do.
pull open the jacket.
And I
right?
do have my bat cape. I left it actually back there.
You know, that's TMI. We really don't want to know all
you,
this
Lisa.
about Greg. Good to see you, pal.
Great seeing you.